Redskins set to get this one going. And we are underway from the Superdome. The return man is Hill. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're brought out by a man who needs very little introduction in his 18th year in the NFL, future Hall of Famer Drew Brees.
And to say that he knows every bit of the New Orleans offensive playbook, terminology, nuances, and creates a few of his own would actually be an understatement for Drew Brees. He makes everything go with that offense and makes everyone around him better. Every time he takes a snap, there's a potential for a big play and a touchdown.
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady.
Now Brees throwing on second down. And he's going to go down again. Zach Brown in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a third and long.
Ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady.
On third and long, it's Brees. Now Brees lost the football. Into the Redskins have it, they do.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's third and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got it first and goal at the 7. They'll run with Peterson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Adrian Peterson taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Redskins have taken a first quarter lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Now, throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, second and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So after the run by Kamara, now another first and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. Staying on his feet. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. It sets him back for second down. On On second down, here's Breeze. He hits his target, left side, Watson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not.
And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. So we played one quarter here on a Monday night. 7-0 is our score. We'll head back to New Orleans after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you and you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. Now the veteran punter for the Saints, Thomas Morstead, on to punt on fourth down. This is brought in at the 21. 21 yards. Well done on the return. So out now come the Redskins. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. On second down, Peterson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First down, here's a run with Peterson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. A.J. Klein on the tackle there. They'll try the air now with Smith. Out to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to New Orleans after this. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Throwing is Smith. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here now, a look at Drew Brees in our player spotlight. And boy, Charles, they have to find a way to just get him some time to breathe back there. He's been pressured throughout this game.
And I'll bet in his mind he's thinking the focus shouldn't be on how many times I've gone down. It's where is it happening? Where are the breakdowns up front? He'll never say it publicly because good leaders don't do that. But they've got to figure out what's happening in the offensive line to keep people away from him so he actually has a chance to throw the football, because so far that has not been the case.
5 full sacks against him. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front.
False start, offense.
Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. shotgun now for Breeze. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watson. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Hey, kill!
From the gun, it's Breeze. And that's complete. It's Watson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. They get 14 yards there at a 1st down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Thomas has got it, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. He goes full extension, and he's got it. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Ready?
Again, it's Breeze. Now Breeze lost the football, but fortunately the Saints were able to hold on, keep possession. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Again, they'll throw with Breeze, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Now Breeze again. And Thomas has it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this 1st half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the 1st half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust. And this should be a position now where the great ones, they relish this opportunity to try and put points on the board.
Here's Smith. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. The final shot here before break. Smith. He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete.
Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the 3rd quarter now.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they'll go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the 1st half.
See if they do just that. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. There defensively to break that one up, Ken Crawley.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Here's Ginn. And now running right through it. So possession goes over here on the punt. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Here's Breeze. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Ready. Waiting.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this 3rd quarter of play.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play.
Ready. We're waiting.
Now they'll throw with Breeze. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Yeah, quick throw here, that's complete. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through, picking up the first. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Ready. We're waiting.
Breeze now on 1st down. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. He's back. This is caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Saints in the hurry up here. Clock continuing to roll. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for two here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Smith trying to get him to the line quickly with the clock rolling. Smith. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Smith. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Now it's Smith. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Smith now to throw. And that is incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. On second down, Ingram. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
They've got to do a better job up front and create some space because they're right there, almost literally on their own goal line.
Just a couple of feet away from a safety. That could have been disastrous. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, here's Smith. And finding Davis here, the tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. His first catch, and it's a big one in overtime. It's a first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Smith on first down. Throw left side complete. It's Richardson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Well, in overtime, I think Coach is always wondering, where's that magic line for my kicker? They're already in field goal range after that big play.
I'm glad you brought that up because that magic line can change throughout the game. It's constantly being updated by teams. It starts with pregame. Okay, how do you feel? As the game goes on, they might ask him again. Still feel that same number? Is it a different number? Right hash, left?
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. Jenkins busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. So as you see the numbers, a very uncharacteristic start, but he's been more characteristic as of late.
And usually we're seeing a very good start out of him because, let's face it, he's one of the best out there. But when he does have a start, as we just saw, would you call it uncharacteristic? You know mentally he's not that worried about it. He knows how good he is and figures he's going to get back on the beam real fast.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They give him a gain of 38.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. So a little chunk there on first as they try to chip away down 3 in overtime.
I like your description. Chip away, down 3. You don't have to get it all in one big play, although obviously that would be nice. But there's no need to have that type of risk associated with it. Run your offense, get first downs, get yourself in a position where you know you're going to at least get 3 and keep this game going. If you get 6, so much the better.
Breeze to throw on second down. And Watson has it right side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Throwing on first down is Breeze. His throw caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the 8. The experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
Ready? Ready?
Try to pound it in, Kamara. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking all free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Ready?
Shotgun now for Breeze. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.